Hello beautiful soul and welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be walking you through how to make high protein, high fiber overnight oats to help keep you on track with your healthy lifestyle goals in 2026. These overnight oats recipes are going to help you balance your hormones in the morning, help you hit your fiber goals, your protein goals for the day, and if you're on a healthy weight loss journey like I am, they're really going to be crucial for helping you hit those protein and fiber goals. And my favorite part is that not only are they so quick and so easy to meal prep and just have on hand, but they are so easily customizable. So you can make these gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. You can add a little bit of sugar if you want that. You can add Greek yogurt and completely make these your own. I'm gonna share with you guys the base recipe in just a second that are just a couple really quick, easy ingredients that you probably already have in your cabinet. And then, like I said, you can make these 100% customizable. So if this is content that you guys like to see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump into today's video. All right, you guys, so like I said, I'm gonna share with you guys the base of this recipe. It's so quick and so easy. I just wanna throw out a couple things. The best oatmeal to use for an overnight oats recipe is whole rolled oats. Oatmeal is by nature gluten-free. However, most oatmeal is processed in plants that process other things that have gluten in them. So if you are gluten sensitive, I do recommend getting an organic whole rolled oats that says gluten-free on them. I use the Bob's Red Mill brand and I absolutely love them. But it's really important to actually use the whole rolled oats because they're gonna give you the best texture and consistency in your overnight oat recipe. If you use instant oats, they're more processed, and so when they soak overnight, they're gonna just get really mushy. And then if you use the steel cut oats, they're gonna be too hard if you use them overnight. So using the whole rolled oats is what I have found works best. Now, let's jump into the base of this recipe. Okay, so for me, a half a cup of rolled oats, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. The chia seeds are gonna add fiber and healthy fats, and then 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs. Now, cacao nibs are an excellent source of fiber, and what I love about adding them into overnight oats is that it gives the overnight oats a little bit of texture, it gives it a little bit of crunch, it gives it a little bit of chocolate without having that added sugar of chocolate chips. However, if you're making a recipe and you want to use like mini chocolate chips, girl, you do you. The cacao nibs are just going to add a bunch of fiber into this recipe. Okay, so this is my base that's like #1 for me that I absolutely love. And then if you want to make sure that your overnight oats have high fiber in them, I add my Tropica lean protein. I do 3 tablespoons, which is going to give me 30 grams of protein. And then with everything else, I think this totals like 38 grams of protein in 1 jar. And yes, 1 jar is 1 serving. So it's easily portioned out and I love it. So that is the base of this recipe. Now, this is where it can get customizable. If you like milk or you like almond milk, you can also use less protein powder and put in like a half a cup or a quarter of a cup of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is going to give you great protein. It's going to add creaminess. It's going to be so delicious. However, I just can't do dairy, and I love Greek yogurt, but I can't eat it. It causes me to break out. So that's a big drag for me. For me personally, I make my own homemade almond milk. I use 1 cup of homemade almond milk. I have played around with this, you guys. 1 cup is key, okay? I've tried using less, and when I use less, the chia seeds and the oatmeal soak up too much of the moisture and they're too dry. So I highly recommend a cup of almond milk if you're gonna use the 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, okay? Now, the other thing to note really quick is that if you're not used to eating this much fiber, start slow. Start with maybe a half a tablespoon of chia seeds for a couple of times and see how that feels in your body. And then you can increase that to a tablespoon of chia seeds and then to the 2nd tablespoon of chia seeds. If you're not eating a ton of fiber, I do recommend slowly increasing your fiber. Now, this recipe has 24 grams of fiber in it, which is incredible because women, we typically need about 35 grams of fiber throughout the day. So this is really kickstarting your day on the right foot. Your digestion is gonna be amazing. You're gonna feel full for a long period of time. It's just great. I just wanna note that I normally don't make 4 of these at a time. However, they do store in the fridge for 5 days. For me personally, I would rather meal prep the base of all 4 of them at the beginning of the week and then add the milk and whatever wet ingredients that I need to the night before. before and then put the one that I'm gonna eat in the fridge the night before that I'm gonna eat it. But if you wanna meal prep all 4 ahead of time, girl, you do you. The last thing that I want to say about this recipe before we jump into the actual recipes themselves is that these are going to be so amazing for traveling this year. I am so excited because I can easily meal prep the base of this recipe, as many as I want, into baggies, take them with me when I travel, and then just purchase some almond milk, put them in a little container or a cup, mix it together with the almond milk, put it in the fridge overnight, right? So quick and easy to travel with and hit my protein goals and my fiber goals even when I'm traveling, which, if you guys know me, I like to stay on track with my healthy lifestyle even when I'm on vacation. So I absolutely cannot wait to take some of these overnight oats recipes with me to Maui. I'm so excited. And of course, I'm gonna have Olivia help me taste test these overnight oats recipes together, because 2 of them I've been making a lot, and then 2 I'm gonna be just testing out with you guys today. So Olivia's gonna be my taste tester. She'll tell you, you guys know, she'll tell you the real. Without further ado, let's jump into the first recipe. This recipe is going to be our blueberry overnight oats. So we're gonna start with our overnight oat base. We're gonna add our 1/2 cup of oatmeal, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs. Then I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of my Tropica lean vanilla protein, because I want that vanilla taste in this one. After I've added my protein powder, I'm gonna stir all of the dry ingredients up first. I find that it mixes a lot better and everything gets more evenly distributed if you stir the dry ingredients together first before adding the almond milk. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of almond milk and stir really well. You wanna make sure to really get around those edges to make sure that you don't have any little dry edges on the end. Next, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. This vanilla gives so much flavor and so much sweetness to this recipe without adding any sugar, which I personally love. Then I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries and just put those on top. They're gonna de-thaw overnight, and so when I pull it out of the fridge the next day, they're gonna be soft and sweet, and then I can stir them in and they're so delicious. All right, so our next overnight oats recipe is a vanilla chai, you guys. If you guys want one that has a lot of flavor, this one's for you. We're gonna start with our same base, 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons cacao nibs, and 3 tablespoons of vanilla protein powder. Add 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves, 1/2 teaspoon ground cardamom. I used 1/2 teaspoon Madagascar vanilla powder. So delicious, but honestly, you could easily just do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, would be delicious. Stir it all up really well, and then 1/4 cup chopped pecans, and then add 1 cup of milk of your choice. I used almond milk, and then stir it all up really well. And then for this recipe, I topped my overnight oats with just a dollop of Coco and June vanilla coconut yogurt, and then I just sprinkled the top of it with pecans. Our third recipe today is an apple cinnamon. So again, we're just gonna start with our same base, 1/2 cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs, and 3 tablespoons of protein powder. Next, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then you're gonna add 1 cup of milk of your choice. I'm using almond milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you want yours to be a little bit sweeter, you can absolutely add 1 tablespoon of 100% pure maple syrup, would be really delicious with this recipe. Then give it a really good stir, put your lid on it, and get ready for tomorrow. Our fourth recipe today, which I kind of saved the best for last, it's a peanut butter cookie dough overnight oats, and it is so incredibly delicious. We're gonna start this recipe just like we did with our other ones, 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 2 tablespoons chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs, and to give this more of a cookie dough flavor, I decided to add the Tropica lean salted caramel protein powder, which was the right choice. Gave it a little bit more of that salty sweetness. I also chose to add 1/2 teaspoon of the Madagascar vanilla powder. Honestly, you could could totally use just vanilla extract. I would use a teaspoon of vanilla extract when you do your milk. Give it a really good stir and then add 1 cup of milk of your choice. I used almond milk. And then the star of the show is 1 tablespoon of peanut butter before you put it in the fridge. So you want to stir that peanut butter in really well. This gives the oats a really creamy, delicious peanut butter taste. And then just drizzle some peanut butter on top and add a couple little cacao nibs, and it is divine. Once I have my overnight oats put together the way I want, I'm gonna store them in the fridge overnight, and then I will see you tomorrow, and Liv and I are gonna do a taste test together. Are you ready to taste test some of our recipes?
Yeah!
Okay, you wanna pick which one we're doing first? So Liv wants to try the apple cinnamon first. Here, ready? Cheers. That's really good. What I absolutely love about all of these recipes is that I made the base the same and I just tweaked them a little bit different. I also did not add any added sweetener to them. I used vanilla powder, and like berries and different things to add flavor and to kind of give them a little bit of sweetness. What did you think? That's good. Okay, where are we going next? Okay, this is my vanilla blueberry. This is one that I've been eating constantly. What I love about this one is that I use frozen blueberries. So I take the frozen blueberries from the freezer and I put them on so that they de-thaw overnight. And the blueberries are really sweet and juicy, and the vanilla gives it a lot of sweetness to it. Super good.
Blueberry bomb. Boom.
Boom.
Blueberry bomb. Blueberry bomb. Even though we've only tried like one, this is the second one. This is the best ever.
You like this one better?
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, this one's really good. This one has a lot of flavor, and the blueberries are really delightful. Okay, where are we going next? I just made this one up and I had to remake it for you guys because it's so good. I tried to make like a peanut butter cookie dough, like a chocolate peanut butter cookie dough kind of a vibe. So I used vanilla protein powder in the other 3 recipes, but in this one I used the Tropica salted caramel protein powder. So that's the first time I've used that protein powder in this one. Last time I used the vanilla. So I'm hoping it tastes as good as I think it's going to. Okay.
Oh my god, that's hard.
Okay. Really peanut buttery?
I got peanut butter on my lips.
They keep getting better. I have so much peanut butter. Okay, so the last one is probably the one I am most excited for. When I bought these glass jars, it came with like a little recipe book and it gave like a chai. So I made my version of it. I made a vanilla chai and then I topped it with vanilla coconut yogurt for like a whipped creamy kind of a vibe. And then I added pecans to mine. So I chopped pecans and put them on the inside to give it a really nice crunch. And then I just added a couple more on top for fun. Are you ready? This one's gonna be a little bit spicy. It's gonna kind of have like
That's creamy.
Yeah, it's gonna be spicy cream.
Green.
So get a little.
A bit of.
Oh, it's really thick.
Oh god.
Okay.
That's a big bite.
Cheers. The flavor profile of this one is so good. I don't think it needs the whipped cream. You don't love this one? The actual overnight oats has such a good, delicious chai taste, and I like the crunch.
I don't like the overnight oats so much, but I do like them together. Them together is good, except it by itself, nah. Out of all of them, I feel like the apple one, maybe number 3.
Okay.
Good. I would give the blueberry and the blueberry one a number 5.
You think it's the lowest on the list?
No, it's 1 to 5.
Oh, typically number 1 is the best, but okay. 5 is the best? Okay.
It's 1 to 5.
Okay, so the blueberry's the best.
And this one.
Peanut butter's 2.
And peanut butter is number 5 as well.
Okay, tie for 5, okay.
This one, I would maybe say a 2, 3.
Okay.
2, 3.
And where is the apple one?
3.
It's a 3. So it's pretty good. All right, I feel that. I actually really like them all. I think the apple cinnamon one has the least amount of flavor. I don't think it has a ton of flavor. I think the apples really carry the weight to give it like that.
Can I have a bit more of the blueberry after this?
Yeah.
Thanks.
The blueberry is for sure the sweetest because the blueberries give it that sweetness to it. You can always add a little bit of honey or maple syrup to your oats. I just don't like that. It's not for me, and I would rather not add extra sugar. And personally, I don't think they need it. The fruit really does it for that one. You could always add fresh fruit. We have some fresh blueberries, but in my experience, the frozen blueberries, when they thaw, they are so sweet and so juicy. That gives it just like a different vibe than fresh blueberries. But yeah, I think they're all really good, and I've been really enjoying them. I have been eating half of one of these in the morning, first thing when I wake up, before I have my coffee. When you have healthy fats, fiber, and protein before you drink your coffee, it's gonna help you feel even, it's gonna help balance your hormones, and it's gonna just help you feel better throughout the morning. At least that's my experience. Also, I've noticed that I can really push in my workouts when I've eaten a little bit of something, and when I'm not just eating straight protein, okay? These have protein, fat, fiber, carbs. It's like got all the things in it. So I noticed that when I was eating just like a chicken patty before I did my workout, it was okay, but I feel like I have more gas in the tank. I can push a little bit heavier. I can work a little bit harder when I have a little bit of my overnight oats. So I just make sure to prioritize overnight oats on like lift days. I'll prioritize my bone broth soup on mornings where I'm gonna be doing yoga, or I'm having like a slower, more intentional morning. But these have been great. And I think it was Autumn. Are you all done? Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks for coming in, man. High five. Great.
Bye, see you later.
Bye. But I will for sure be making these when I go traveling, because you could just put them in baggies and then put them in a jar or cup or a bowl, whatever you have, and then put them in the fridge, let them sit overnight, and then you've got an entire breakfast meal. Amazing. I love that. So that is it for today's video. I really hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope it inspired you to try a new recipe, maybe play with some new flavor profiles, maybe just meal prep some oats so that you have some high protein, high fiber foods on hand ready to support you throughout your week. You can take these on the go to work. Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless, but I just absolutely love them, and I wanted to share them with you guys today. If this video was helpful for you, it would mean the world to me if you'd give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because it really supports my channel. Don't forget to share it with a friend or a loved one, anyone who you think would benefit from meal prepping or trying some new overnight oats recipes. And that's it for today's video. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye.